Hi everyone. Today we are going to part two of Introduction to Fiber Optics. In our last class, we were able to discuss how fiber came about, the uses, the advantages. But today we'll be talking about those type of fiber we discussed the last time: single mode, multi-mode, the different types of multi-mode, single mode, their sizes and their uses, the frequencies, and also the channels at which they are being passed through. So I'd like you to sit back and pay a little attention. This video is not going to be long, so let us see what we can achieve on this. Come with me. So we have single mode, XM, and when we say single mode, we call it single mode because the light inside the fiber goes in a straight line. And so today we are going to talk about the size of this, size of SM. Now remember in our last class we said something that in any fiber there are three major sections we are looking at. Let me reiterate that again. We said the as the core, we made mention about the cladding, then outer the major outer layer. That's just the primary basis of it. So this single mode, what is the size of the core? Single mode, we said 9 micrometer slash 125 micrometer. So this is the core size, and this is a cladding size. So anytime you see a patch cord, you'll always see on the cover, you see something like SM, they put 9 slash 125 micrometer. This is the diameter of this. That's what actually they are giving you. So please don't forget, it's important. So let's move on to multi-mode. Last time we established why this is called multi-mode. It's not just called multi-mode as a name because the scattering of the light inside the core. That's why we call it multi-mode. So the first multi-mode we have, we'll call it POF. What do we mean by POF? Plastic optic of fiber. And some people call it OM1. So what is the size? We are talking about. So some people say OM1 is the same thing with POF. That is not correct. We have this POF to be POF gives us 960 slash 1000 micro. You see the difference. So, but we have OM1, sorry, OM1, OM2, OM3, and we even have OM4. I'm not going into that. OM1 says 62.5, 125 microns. OM2 says 50, 125. The same applicable here, but different capacity, speed. So that is this. This is the core, this is the cladding. That's how they're being measured. So understand that this was the first fiber that came out, but the size was very big. As a result of that, it can't travel far We can't use it to achieve a lot. So, hence the invention of all these three. And so you notice that this can carry about 6 to Mbps in speed. And this is what we call vertical cavity surface emitting laser, VSL. This. So this can do up to 1 to 10 gigahertz in capacity. But in no way can you compare this to single mode because single mode goes very, very, very far. So actually this is size for multi-mode now we're talking about. You understand? This can also do up to 1 gig. But that is for this. But now, how do we consider the frequencies? Um, you know, in fiber, we say wavelengths. So microwave communication, we say frequencies. So how do we consider which frequency, which wavelength at which it can pass through? But before I go into that, let me explain something about the multimode. Let me use this diagram now. Um, Multimode. So we have first a type of multimode. We have what we call the step index. We have the graded index. So let me talk about this first. Actually, that is where OM1 and POF where they fell into. Assuming this is the fiber core on the cable, and we sent in light source here. Don't forget fiber multimode. The light source is LED. Is a LED source. Why single modes we use laser source. So as this light heading here, we have this light. It will hit here. This one, it will hit here. This will come in. This will go. This will come. This will go. This will come. This will go. So this is walk or step index. So you imagine when you send a traffic, okay? And you notice the time is going to take time to get to where it's going. So OM1, you can say POF, that's the way they behave for this. This for the step index. And causes a lot of delay in transmission. And because of that, we decided to invent another one called the OM2 and OM3. So on the OM2, we have light source going in this way. Is the light source is coming in, the fiber cable. So this will go, and this also will go. So you notice that this edge here is not sharp, it's graded. Because it's graded, the speed at which this communicates information is different from the speed at which the step index communicates. So that's the difference. So for OM3, the only difference is that the fiber is optimized. It's optimized to enhance the speed of light. Sorry, yes, the movement of light inside of it. They amplify what is coming out. So we call that OM3 optimized fiber. Anytime you hear about optimized fiber, it's talking about OM3. So that's that for this. Let's talk about their wavelengths. And in wavelengths, wavelength of fiber, obviously fiber, single mode fiber, and multi mode. So we only have from 850 to 310 here. So it is important to understand one thing, like I said before, each fiber has a particular wavelength at which it travels. If we want to measure the light going here, or say the power through the fiber cable, we'll be measuring on this frequency range. Yes. Then we have between 1310 to 15, I think we have 1490 from this also to 1550. But I want you to have something at the back of your mind is between 850 to 1310. Then so we say 1310 to 1550 nanometer, nanometers. And so this is their frequency, wavelength. I mentioned frequency. Work also with microwave transmission, the frequencies about. So that is this. Just have this commonly in your head. It governs the whole thing we are doing here. So when we say the advantages, single mode travels for a long distance. Like we mentioned the last time, single mode, the 5G you are hearing about, the 4Gs, leading to 6G now. Single mode is what makes it possible to convey information from one point to another point very fast and on time too. The latency is minimal. And also for multi-mode fiber, we can use it for premises communication, say campus network communication, enterprise communication between um, shorter distances, 200, 300, so a kilometer too. You can't so into some distances, but for you to just be at the safer side, go with single mode or longer distance. So for our backhaul transmission, uh, undersea cables, we use single mode fiber. So now let's talk about why do we always have problem in transmission? Apart from that, fiber is the best means of communication today. Why do we still have problems in communication and transmission? It is called attenuation. Then you ask, what is attenuation? Any obstruction, any delay, whatever that causes delay for packet movement, for transmission along that part of communication line is an attenuation. So we say attenuation is obstruction or a blockage in the line of communication or transmission in fiber optics. So whatever that stops you send a particular packet before it gets to the other end, or you send, say, for instance, you send, say, 3 dBm, that's the unit for power, through this channel. Before it could get to the end, that is point A, before we could get to point B, we are having minus 20 dB. Why? what happened? Why can't we send this and get this? Two reasons. This is not an idle machine. This is that cable that passed under the ground. You see people digging passing cable, you know. So you notice that during the time of installation of this cable, it must pass some rigorous directions, some stone at the bed of where they are passing the cable, and also by the bed. But now, for us to talk about attenuation in fiber, consider this: 96% of attenuation we have in fiber, 96% are caused by human activities. Yes. While only 4% are caused by natural cause. So let's continue. Now, what do I mean by when I say 96%? We have A, scattering, B, absorption. So this scattering always caused by installers, human activities. You're working with a cable, you don't know that this glass, you bend it the any way you like, you bend it, you want to break it as if you are fighting with it. This is just it's not, it's just a glass. It's not what they call copper wire. No, you treat it with care. That's one of the reasons. So you see, when you send your light, this is the straight cable. Instead of taking a straight cable, you pass your cable bends. This here can cause light going in here. Some will come outside. Definitely come outside. Will come outside. They will come outside. So these are drops. These are some of the power that you're supposed to go through the fiber. That was why we were sending 3 and getting 10. Sorry, minus 20. So human activities goes a long way in causing this problem. And we have to look into it. Why this course is coming your way as an installer, an engineer, a supervisor in the fiber industry, you should be able to find out that even after installation, you inspect, make sure that some of these things are in place before you pass the contract, before you pass the job. You have to look into this. It's very, very important. So we have to guide against power losses in fiber. It is very, very important you guide against that because 96% of this is high for a human being to cause. Installation time, check. But we have one advantage this plays. What do I mean by that? You know, what we call OTDR, this is a measuring tool that we use to measure losses on the cable. We are going to talk about when we get there from measuring this thing. When this is a cable and the light goes in, hit here, hit here, hit here. There's an obstacle here, somewhere here. This one goes. This one hit. As it hits here, there will be a reflection, and that reflection comes back to OTDR to measure. What is the OTDR measuring? The OTDR is measuring one, at what distance did that happen? It will measure distance. You will see it. At this distance, what is the loss? dB. It will measure. So this is one of the advantages that scattering of fiber causes in fiber. So in any bad thing, that's also a good one too. So when you look at it very well, you will see. So now With this measurement, we're able to ascertain if there is a problem on the cable. Where did it happen? How? Is it a fiber cord? Is it just a high loss? So with this, you'll be able to find out. We're going to talk more about this when we talk about optical power measurement, trying to, use our light sources to trace. So I think you'll be able to understand attenuation. So under this attenuation, there's what we call um, polarization. Polarization. When different lights travel at different or distance, when light travel differently with different speeds, when light travel at different speeds, and when light travel at different speeds, this light is coming here like this, like this, like this, like this. This is one. This one is coming like this, like this, like this, like this. This is two. This one is coming like this, like this, like this, like this. This is three. They came, they started here. This is the source. They started at the same time. They started at the same time here, but they came here at different time. We call it polarization. And this polarization is caused by effect of cable, maybe bends or some activities in the cable during manufacturing of the cable, and can cause some of these damages inside. You might not know. So this will also reduce the power you are sending through that cable. So it is important we pay attention to some of these things in our cable. So let's continue. It is very important that you understand that fiber is good. So far, I wouldn't want this video to be long, but I will enjoy you. If you understand anything, if you learn anything, drop on the comment section. Let me know what you need to know more so we can talk about it. But in the next class, we're going to explain more things in other topics that are under fiber. So you get to understand more too and flow along too. Enjoy your day. I love you.